Alright, so with Deadpool 3, which is the film that's highly anticipated by the entire fan base alone, is especially with plot rumors and with leaks and with everything that we know so far, and with the return of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine making his MCU debut, well now we got leaked set photos and some like major things that we should be definitely be looking out for, and they just confirm the multiverse connections, especially for the future of the MCU, and there's so much more, and that's what I did for you guys in this video is break down all these leaked set photos and go over some connections and including some X-Men characters that are going to be returning and so much more that we know. And so if you're new, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so it's on any future vids. So let's just get into it. And now, let's go over everything that we know so far about Deadpool 3, and we know that this is going to be a big movie involving the multiverse, and it's going to play a big and huge factor into the next two Avengers movies, and it's going to involve the TVA, and of course with Owen Wilson's Mobius, and we know that Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be a buddy cop movie, and just, stabbing each other, and just messing around, and you would time jumping and just messing with the multiverse and having incursions happen, and you would Deadpool is going to be using Cable's time travel watch to be going back in time to a universe where Wolverine is alive and possibly causing an incursion or like a violation against the sacred timeline with the TVA. It's probably going to take them in, and even with these legacy X-Men characters that are going to be coming in to be sent off to them and take them out other locations in time where incursions are happening, and that's where the big multiverse stuff is going to happen. And now, let's talk about this first photo that we see right here, but before we talk about it, I had to issue a huge spoiler warning. We don't want anything for the movie spoiled for you, and even with everything that we know so far with leaks and all that, but this is still a huge and major spoiler, so you've been warned. Now, in this first set photo that we see right here, that we see Deadpool and Wolverine fighting Sabretooth, and now, even in the scene right here, that we see like a Deadpool just holding Sabretooth's head, and it's obviously they chop off his head. And even basically what we're seeing here is that they're gonna revisit a time like possibly in that era where they're fighting Sabretooth, and now especially with Sabretooth, who's from the first X-Men movie and in the X-Men franchise, and this is possibly where Wolverine must have fought him in the snow when he was in that snow truck, and probably after that ball brawl, and even that, like, I think this is going to be very cool that we're going to be experiencing sort of Wolverine's past, and especially this is Sabretooth, even though that he has been defeated. I mean, like, he has been defeated in the first X-Men, but now in Deadpool 3, it looks like he's going to be defeated again. And so that makes me more excited that this confirms an X-Men character is going to be returning in this third upcoming Deadpool film. And now in these next couple set photos that we see right here, it looks like some of it is going to be taking place in the void with some major MCU Easter eggs and so much more. And now even in this next one that we see here, it looks like to be the Cupcake Band from Moon Knight. And now even with Stephen Grant that was in that band, fighting off a bunch of bad guys, and you can possibly see a connection to Moon Knight. That doesn't mean that Moon Knight is going to appear in this film, but this is the multiverse saga now that anything can happen. But now that we have a connection to Moon Knight, it perfectly makes sense because even with Moon Knight that was introduced into the MCU, and now for where Moon Knight is going to be going next, and with this Cupcake Band that we see here, it's possibly going to be a setting for Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be in the void, and it's something appearing upon like some sort of like Easter eggs that are already in the MCU, or they're going to just throw this in and just to possibly make a connection. In this next one that we see right here, it looks like to be the vehicle owned by Red Skull and Captain America, the first Avenger. And now, even with this van and the Cupcake vehicle that we see here, it looks like Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be revisiting at every point in time, and specifically with the MCU. And even now we're going back in time and messing with the multiverse, and even this is all taking place in the void. It's still going to be so big, and that even a Red Skull connection that we see here, and possibly like a Moon Knight connection that we see here. This is possibly to say of something with the multiverse, and that anything can happen. I'm just very excited to see for how this all is gonna unfold, especially in the film. I know that it's like leaked set photos, but this is huge. But basically, that we're in the multiverse. And as far as everything that we know about this film so far, is that this movie is going to bring in the legacy X-Men characters to be like a proper send-off to tie a bow. It's especially this is like Kevin Feige's X-Men, and even like this is going to be a huge movie moving forward. And even with the amount of cameos that we're going to see here in this film, and hopefully it pays off well. And it'll be a self-contained story, especially between Deadpool and Wolverine. And we know that we're gonna want to see cameos, and that's what the MCU is all about, making some sort of connections and all sorts of Easter eggs and all that. But I hope this movie is not another multiverse of madness where there's gonna be bringing like a random characters that every person dreamed of that would cameo in this. But so like I would love to see this unfold in the actual movie, but I'm excited to see how this is all unfolded, and even for how long the movie is going to be, and they're still filming, but like even for when the marketing happens, and even with all the stuff that's revealed, and hopefully it'll be a big surprise, especially for the fans. And on top of all these connections that are happening, especially for the TVA that we're going to make an appearance, and even with Owen Wilson's Mobius that's we're going to make an appearance, and even for the finale of Loki season 2, just set up everything for the multiverse. Now incursions are going to be happening and leading all into Secret Wars, and I'm very excited for how this is all going to unfold. And even with Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be seeing all of these like timelines, and even with the Secret timeline, and even these like legacy characters that are going to be taken from their universes, like basically causing incursions. And it's going to be a big surprise for the fans overall. But I feel like this is going to be a big movie, like that's going to make possible connections, especially for the King Dynasty and Secret Wars and all that. But I feel like with the TVA involved, and I think we're in for one heck of a ride. And so for my final thoughts, with these leaked set photos that we see here, it looks like Deadpool 3 is going to be a big and huge movie moving forward, and having a huge factor for the next two Avengers films. And with these MCU Easter eggs and connections that we see here, it looks like we have a lot to look forward to. And I'm just very excited for how this is going to unfold in the actual movie, and the marketing for how they're decided to market this thing. But I feel like we're just going to have to wait and see, and I'm excited to see Deadpool and Wolverine teaming up together, and this is one of my most anticipated MCU movies ever for 2024. I'm pretty sure it's on everyone's anticipated list. But I'm very excited, and I hope the fans are excited as well, based on these set photos that we see here. And so that is going to be it for this video, and let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, and what thoughts on these leaked set photos, if these become true, these are going to be in the movie, and just how excited are you for Deadpool 3 and everything overall. And just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and turn on notifications about future videos, and also follow my social, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.